Hello everyone, my name is Ivo and welcome to Cooking with the Koyas. Today folks, we are going to make the classic, traditional Italian veal cutlet. It is so easy to do, comes together real quick. Let's get started right now. So first thing we're going to do is set up our station for our beautiful veal cutlets. I've got some all-purpose flour. In here I have 1 egg, not sure if you can see it, but there is 1 egg in there. And I have some breadcrumbs going. Now to the egg, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of water just to make an egg wash. Okay, and this is just 1 egg. It'll do a few cutlets, but you may need more eggs for more cutlets, depending. But there we have our egg wash going. Okay, and here I have some beautiful, beautiful veal cutlets right here, folks. Very, very, very nice. And with our station set up, things will come together relatively quickly. So, take our first veal cutlet. Oh, look at that. Okay, there it is there. Now, these are rather big, so what you could do, you can cut them in half if you'd like, or leave them as is. This one is kind of big. Well, you know what? We're going to leave it. So we're going to add a little salt to taste. And I only salt one side because these are so thin, folks. Okay? They're really thin. You can see there how thin that is. Okay? And into the flour it goes. And we want to get it covered in flour, both sides. Okay? So just get it coated with the all-purpose flour. There we go. Shake off a little excess, and now we're going to dip it into our egg wash, and we want it coated on both sides. Yeah, this I probably could have cut. I think I will, folks. We're going to get this cut. It's too big to work with, right? Okay, so covered in the egg wash. And then it goes into our breadcrumb mixture. Before we put it in there, optional. I have some chopped parsley here. We're going to add the chopped parsley. You could use chopped parsley, you could use dried oregano, or you could just leave them just the way they are, plain old breadcrumb. Okay, so I'm going to use the optional parsley. And we want to get it coated on both sides. Okay, and in fact, let me get this cut because it'll be so much easier to work with. Okay, I just use a pair of scissors, believe it or not, to cut these because, again, they're so thin. There we go, there's the one. Put that down here. Beautiful cutlet, folks. Okay, and then we'll make sure the other one is coated both sides. There we go, isn't that nice? Okay. So our first one, or I should say our first 2 are done. Let's get another one. And again, this one is rather long as well. So with the scissors, I'm just going to cut them again. Cut it right up the middle. There we go. Okay, makes it easy, that's all. Same process, folks, okay? Salt to taste. And again, you only need to do one side. They're really, really thin. Let's do our flour. And then our egg. Drip off any excess. Okay. Oh, missed the spot. Missed the spot. It just folded over on me. You could also use a plate instead of a bowl. I just like to use a bowl because it's all contained. And then into the breadcrumb mixture it goes. Okay. Get it completely coated on both sides with the beautiful breadcrumb mixture. Okay, and there we have another beautiful cutlet ready for the frying pan. Okay, let's get this other one going and make our way over to the stove. Alrighty, so let's fire up our stove. Put it on high. I've got some peanut oil in here, folks, but any vegetable oil will do just fine for frying. So let's bring this up to around 350 thereabouts Fahrenheit. And we're at 355. Okay, that's perfect. 350, 360, 365 thereabouts, folks. Okay, so we're going to take our first cutlet. I'm going to drop that down to medium high, and we'll just drop that right in that beautiful oil. And let's get that starting to cook. These will cook very, very quick, folks, because they're thin, so they don't need a lot of time. All you want is that nice golden brown on both sides. That's it. Okay, so let's see how this guy does here. Oh, I love that. Of course, you can air fry this as well if you like. You can see it's getting brown on the outside edges there, right? So it's been about 30 seconds, okay? That's about how long it's been. You can see it's just about cooked already. So we're gonna give it about a minute on that side. You can see the brown here is starting to turn a little bit darker. So we're coming up to a minute now. Give it a turn. Oh yeah, that's plenty cooked right there, folks. Like I say, this is really thin. It comes together very, very quickly. Okay, so we're just going to give that another 30 seconds or so, and this will be done. That's how fast these come together, folks. So if you're in a hurry, you don't have time to really cook dinner, keep the veal cutlets in the fridge. Take them out, set up your station, put them together and fry them. This comes together real quick. It's been about 30 seconds. I'm going to give it another 10, 15. That's it. I like them just golden brown. Yeah, they're great in the freezer. You can take them out and then just cook them as needed. Because they're so thin, they thaw quickly. There we go. And they cook quickly. Our first cutlet is done. I'm just going to put it on some paper towel there to absorb some of that oil. And let's get our next one going. There we go. Alrighty. So, how's our temperature doing for the oil? Oh, it's quite high actually. It's over 400 degrees. So I'm just going to drop us back just a bit. Okay, we don't want it to cook too quickly. So let's get this second one cooked. Okay, let's get our last one in. Let's check our temperature. Now that I got it on medium, it's still up there, 386, so it's still up there quite high. I'm gonna leave it. There's only one more left to do. Again, this will be done in 2 minutes. Let's take a look. It's been a minute. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Nice and golden. I love it. Yes, folks, our last one is done. Gonna turn that stove off. Look at those beautiful veal cutlets, folks. Oh my, okay. Gonna give that a second to cool down. We'll get them plated, and then the best part, the taste test. Oh my goodness, folks, I just love it. Take a look at these beautiful Italian veal cutlets right there. Yes, a garnish with a little bit of lemon. You could squeeze a little bit of lemon juice on there if you wish. I think I'm gonna do that, and I'd like to do that taste test. Let's make our way over to the table. Yes, folks, the taste test. Let's take this big piece right here. As you know, I love being in the kitchen at the stove, but I also love the kitchen table. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put a little bit, just a little bit of that lemon, freshly squeezed lemon juice over top. And let's dig in. Let's try this corner right here. It's well done. And it's delicious. You got that nice little crunch from the breadcrumbs. The flavor of the veal. Wow, folks, this comes together so quick and easy. It is so tasty, delicious. You could have it as a side dish. Typically, we'll have a pasta dish first, and we'll have the veal cutlets on the side as a secondo, as they would say in Italian, or my broken Italian. Excellent. And you know what? That little bit of lemon. Ironically, I have my lemon tablecloth here with me today. But that little bit of lemon, folks, nice enhancement. Delicious. The classic Italian veal cutlet. Fast, easy, tasty. You got to give it a try. Thanks for spending time in the kitchen with me. As you know, it makes me happy when you make the recipes that I show and you enjoy them as well with yourself, your friends, or your family. And until next time, buon appetito. That's nice wine too. Homemade wine. If you haven't seen it, I'll put a link in the description for you. I did a video on how to make it. Just love those veal cutlets. My goodness.